What is up, little what if wolves in my little what if wolf pack? Today it's your alpha back with another what if, and today we're going to be doing a part 2. Now, I did post a video yesterday, so for you guys who are like, Nani? I'm going to post another one because I liked it so much. So anyway, so I did a lot of not just research, but I even recorded fight scenes, and now I'm going to use them to put into the video. I literally had to watch the Azula versus Zuko fight, the ending, Agni Kai, which was, oh my god, if I cannot remember all that power though. Like, I watched the whole fight, and I'm over here like, Nani, because it's like, it was just cool. So I just recorded certain moves Zuko or Azula did that I think that Deku would be able to use. Obviously, I'm making Deku use his quirk kinda in a firebendy way. So yeah, but if you do see a Zuko scene, just saying, if it's not, the fire is not red, just letting you know. If the fire is red, just a picture it blue, okay? I'm not that good into editing. I'm just winging it right now. Anyway, so pretty much, okay, I remember where I last came off. Deku kind of, not really bragged, but like showed off his quirk to the entire class, and kind of explained his quirk in a little bit more detail, but not a lot of detail. Sorry if there's a lot going on. When I say that when I say that right now I am like tired, I am so mentally exhausted that I don't think that if I posted this and if I recorded this any other time, you wouldn't be able to hear me. You wouldn't be able to understand me. I'll be half asleep. So, your boy don't be getting enough sleep at night, because he be trying to find things, because he be watching anime all night. Don't at me, okay? I watch a lot of anime, especially overnight. Like, I be up all night, and I'm not even joking. So, yeah. So, let's get this started. Deku, well, Ryu, I should say, because Deku is called Ryu. So pretty much, Ryu sits down and notices a caterpillar a gigantic caterpillar-looking thing on the floor. Obviously, this is Mr. Aizawa. Mr. Aizawa says, it took, oh my god, you guys need to shut up. Then everyone just like, who said that? And they notice the guy in the caterpillar sleeping bag. And he's like, and then everyone just looks at him like, who are you? And he says, I'm your teacher. Everyone just shuts up, like, confused. He said, it took you guys 8 seconds to shut up. That's not gonna work. Real heroes would understand that. So pretty much, Deku literally just like, yeah, I know. Because pro heroes are supposed to have the best reaction time. Deku's, then Ida says, huh? Oh, yeah. Because Ida's like used to him being the one that's always shouting out the answer or saying some smart stuff. Because he's like that one guy who's just abides by the rules a little too much. Then Mr. Aizawa proceeds to explain what they're going to be doing today. Obviously, it's going to be the quirk assessment test. Then Ida says, we're going to be late for the I don't even remember what it's called, orientation ceremony. He says, this is my class and I get to run it the way I want to. No, heroes do not waste their times with silly sessions like that. Deku kind of smirks, like he kind of agrees with Mr. Aizawa's ideology. So then he tells him to put the sportswear or whatever, the gym clothes on. Obviously they do so. I need to watch more My Hero Academia because I'm starting to forget what happens in the anime. Anyway, so then Mr. Aizawa says, Deku, since you scored the most in the entrance exam, you go first. He explains the ball throw, and Deku says, okay, let's do this. So he does this move with the ball. When he does that move with the ball, he well, let me explain it a little bit. Pretty much the same way Azula had those 2 sparks of fire come out, he only did that with one hand, but with the ball in hand. And then that made the ball go flying because of how much pressure the ball was under with the flame. And then Deku did some cheeky fire bending and made the ball go even farther because, well, he can control fire. So, and when he did that, the ball went around, I'm going to say 100 meters, 100.10 meters, whatever. Then Bakugo goes. First things first, everyone was just stunned that Deku did this so easily. Like, it wasn't even funny. So then they proceed. Everyone else gets their same. Deku's at top under Uraraka, who got infinity because I feel like she cheated in that court assessment thing because the ball never came down. So she could have released the ball at least. But no, the ball's flying in space. So, yeah, plus the ball evaporated. I feel like the ball went to the sun or something. Anyway, so then Deku does the foot race. He kind of does the same thing. He gets paired with Bakugo. So it's Bakugo, him, Ida, and I'm gonna say Froppy or Sue. Bakugo and Deku does the same thing, and he bursts himself up, kind of the same way the Bakugo does, but with the beam of flames, with just a beam of flame, instead of like doing normal, just not doing like, how do I say this? Like just one beam of flame behind him that's propelling him, instead of like Bakugo where he has to have one explosion, two explosion, one explosion, one after another. It's just one continuous beam. And that's where Deku gets the higher score. Deku got another higher score. Deku wins first place in this, and the foot thing with the grabbing thing, the pull test or whatever it is, where you have to squeeze the thing. Deku gets under that guy with the multiple hands. I still do not get how that guy, I feel like, how did he fit all those hands on one little area? I'm still confused. I will not question it. Then the side-to-side jumps, Deku kind of does the same thing Bakugo did, exploding a burst of flame on each side, propelling him. Also, if you're wondering, why didn't Deku get one for all? All Might and Deku never had that heart-to-heart thing. Jiggy. I'm not gonna ask. Anyway, these videos are gonna be very long, okay? So I'm gonna be doing a lot of filler things, because like I said, this is gonna be Deku X2, so there's gonna be a lot of filler, because I'm gonna cover the whole anime within 3 episodes, and nobody's gonna want that. Because I talk a lot. I talk fast. So, this is going to be pretty fast. This is going to be pretty long. Because I have to make it at least 15 minutes. And I get through this thing really fast. So, anyway. Deku kind of, like, gets first place in everything except for the 2 things. The ball throw and the grip test. So, pretty much he gets done. And Mineta is last because Mineta is Mineta. Always gonna be Mineta. So pretty much Mineta doesn't get expelled because Ozawa says how that was a fake test and it just wanted to push you to see how far you're gonna go, whatever. And then, boom. So on the way home, let's say when they were leaving during dismissal, Mr. Aizawa kind of like, said, Deku, come over here. Deku said, sorry, I'm yawning real quick. Deku said, what do you want? He says, you have a lot of potential to be a great hero. All I'm gonna ask of you is, please, tone down your cockiness. It's really gonna be your greatest downfall. He says, I don't need your help from you, but I'll consider it. So then while Deku's walking home, thinking about what Mr. Aizawa says. Once he reaches home, his mother said, what happened during school? Is he okay? Blah, blah, blah. Realizing that Deku's hand is steaming, meaning he just recently used his quirk. Because every time Deku's body steams, that's after him using his quirk because of how much power and brute force his quirk has. Like, his hands are steaming so much that it's like if he were to touch something, it would probably burn because of just the heat that he had. Then Deku kind of like says, yeah, I'm fine. I just had a quirk assessment test today. He says that Deku's mom says, good to know, but you need to eat your dinner. Well, like I said, Deku can only eat fire or consume fire, so she just turns on the stove and just lets Deku eat from that. Yeah, just turns on stove. Yep, just eat from this. So pretty much Deku's absorbing all that fire dough. So when he gets full, he says, "Thanks, Mom. I'll be going to do my homework or whatever thing." Or studying, because they don't really get homework in a hero school. Because, well, whatever. I don't know why they don't get homework in a hero school. Anyway, the next day is that thing with the hero costume. Now, Deku hero costume is literally just what Natsu's wears every single thing of the anime. That's literally just Deku's hero costume. He exposes certain, he kind of like how Kirishima is. He has like army fatigue pants that are fireproof, shoes that help him like control, shoes and gloves that help him control the output of the fire that he's doing. Like that keeps him cool. That's like kind of like ice, so that he doesn't overheat. Because when he overheats, he can't use his quirk for a long time because, well, that's just how overheating works. So he has to let himself cool down. And pretty much the whole hero outfit just has a lot of things that involves cooling down. And there's a belt with the medicine and whatever. It's nothing really different. One thing is that Deku does have swords on his thing. Like 2 swords on his back of his hero costume. Because he thinks that it's easier so that he just channels his flames through the sword. The only reason why he does that is just in case. One, it helps compress his fire, which makes the sword do more damage. But also it helps when he does like his quirk deactivates or he overheats his quirk. Anyway, so then pretty much the whole All Might explains the test, heroes versus villains. He draws the thing. This time, I'm going to say, okay, Deku and Todoroki gets paired up. Deku and Todoroki, which means whoever Todoroki's partner was, gets paired up with Uraraka. So Deku and Todoroki is together. But Todoroki just kind of doesn't like Deku like that because he uses fire. And he kind of doesn't like Fire Court because of what happened to him. Deku kind of says, "Come on, Todoroki, we need to talk." He says, "What do you want?" He says, Deku asks, because they kind of had to show their quirks to the whole class. So he kind of knows that his quirk is half and half, not just ice. So he says, "You're going to have to use your fire." He says, "Why should I?" "Because you're only using half of your quirk. And only you using half of your quirk, they're going to call you the half hero. You need to be able to use your full quirk." Now, Deku kind of understands, Deku understands the person Endeavor is, so for Todoroki to be Endeavor's son, he kind of gets why he wouldn't want to use his quirk. But then Deku says, if you don't use your it's not Endeavor's quirk, kind of the same thing that he said. It's your quirk, Todoroki. You cannot let Endeavor dictate on how you use your quirk. You can either use it the same way he does for destruction, or you can use it your own way. And then that makes Todoroki think, so the whole heart-to-heart thing with Deku and Todoroki happens earlier because, well, Deku's a lot more perceptive on people's emotions now that he can tell people's body heat. Because when their body heat spikes, that means they're either lying or they're under serious emotions, or when their body heat cools down, that means that they're calm, cool, collected, whatever. Now, Deku does not know how to turn off this ability to detect body heat. That's the thing. So then Todoroki says, "You have a point there, Midoriya, whatever. Then when they get there, Deku and Todoroki have no plan whatsoever. Anyway, so this is where some of the clips that I kind of got from the YouTube it's not really the best clips, but it's what I got, Anyway, so when they walk in, first thing first, Bakugo immediately explodes his way in front of Deku. Like, "Damn nerd! I'm gonna kill you!" kind of thing. So when Bakugo gets there, the first thing Deku does is this. One second. Pretty much Deku does this move Zuko used against Azula. He kind of made a twister of flames, so that it's not really a drill, but he causes this dual dragon's breath. And then kind of just spins around, and pretty much boom. He doesn't really do much to change it. It's pretty much the same thing. Then Bakugo kind of gets hit with one thing, and then he's kind of going back through the wall, and then another one just hits him right there. And then he says, "Todoroki, freeze him." So now Todoroki kind of froze Bakugo in place. And then Deku takes the capturing tape and, captures Bakugo. And Bakugo's over here, "You damn nerd! How dare you untie me this instant!" And then Deku says, "Being rude, Kacchan, is not gonna get you anywhere." Now, Deku just still calls him Kacchan because, not out of respect, but he calls him that just because it's his nickname, and he's just too disgusted to use Bakugo's real name. So when they go up, Deku finds out where Ida is with the bomb thing, the fake bomb. First thing Deku does is, let me see if I can, he kind of tries to stop thing in his tracks. So he bursts up, kind of like how Azula's doing, and then he calls it Dragon Stomp. He uses his flames on one foot to burst himself up, and then kind of does a front flip with that same leg and makes this flame stomp on him. Ida luckily moves out the way because that would have been a finishing KO blow. And then when Ida starts running at them, Deku does this. It's basically Dragon's Wall, but the blue flame side. So he pretty much made a wall of flame so that Ida couldn't get there. These are just random pics. And then Deku says, this is gonna take way too long. So then Deku uses lightning bending. Pretty much does this right here. Just a lightning bolt at Ida. Look at that face though of Zuko. Anyway. So Deku kind of does that. And when Deku does that, it kind of like... He kind of conducts that lightning strikes Ida, paralyzing him. Then takes the capturing cape around Ida so that Ida can't move, and then Todoroki freezes him in place. And then they get the bomb or whatever. Then All Might announces, heroes win! And everyone's just like, Jaden, not Jaden. I'm too used to talking to Jaden, but Jaden's not on the phone with me right now. Anyway, says, Deku is way too powerful to be in this school. I don't think I could ever even get close to him. Also, if you want to know what Todoroki did to use his fire side, all he did was hit Deku with the fire so he can consume it, so that he can, like, get the power he needed. And then pretty much, heroes win pretty easily. The USJ arc, this is gonna be the next is the USJ thing. The USJ is where Deku really does his stuff. I'm trying to find that move. Anyway, give me a sec real quick. So basically, when they get to the USJ, when they're on the thing, Deku notices a whole lot of body heat generating in the building that they are at. You know, they're on their way to the USJ, and he says, "Villain, there are a lot of people in there. Is there supposed to be a lot of people generating it inside of where we're going?" Mr. Aizawa says, no, why? Then they said, are there supposed to be villains, for like training, for like fake villains to fight? He says, no, there's not. Why are you asking? And then Midoriya says, because there are tons of people in there. Well, there's a portal bringing in a whole bunch of people. And pretty much, I don't think that's normal. So then he says, okay, well, thanks, Jaden. Kaminari radio into the school to tell them that there's something going on at the USJ Center. Kaminari does so. Then he says, yay, villains to fight. Kacchan says, I'm gonna kill them all. Everyone just stares at him like, oh, really? And then Kacchan says, what? You're so brash, it's not even funny. You know you can't just storm in there to a bunch of villains who probably have more control over the quirks and more powerful quirks than you, if you don't know what quirks they have. So, you being so brash could get you killed. He says, I won't be killed. You're the one that's going to be killed. I'm just going to say this for the fun of it. Pikachu. And then he says, yeah, whatever. So then, Bakugo kind of like, ugh, whatever you say, Pikachu. So then they get into there, and Mr. Aizawa warns 13. Then the villains appear. Kurogiri, where is All Might? All Might's supposed to be here, not these snot-nosed kids. He says there must have been a last-minute change. So then he says, we're gonna kill all of you. he says this is not a protocol. Everyone, be ready to fight. Then Deku notices that the portal disappears, and he's trying to figure out where it went, realizing that where it is. So Deku probably kind of used like villains were coming up the stairs, so then he used this move to kind of like hit the people who were behind them and then in front of them. So when he did that, and yes, I did get this from Zuko's training with Aang. Okay, don't question. Okay. So pretty much, when Deku realizes the villains are like coming at him or coming after the kids, he kind of does after he did that, he kind of made a wall of a bubble of flames around him, kind of like the air bubble that Aang uses a lot. And then he can't get close no more, suck any of them out, so Kurogiri says, we're going to have to take care of these kids. Then Deku says, I guess it's time for me to use that other side. So then Deku, asks Todoroki to ignite a lot of flames around him. Todoroki does so, knowing that, not knowing what he's going to do, but knowing that that's going to, fuel Deku. So pretty much Deku eats all the flames, and then he goes into the move, and then he shouts, Dragon Force! Kind of going into that Dragon Force when he ate the Flame of Rebuke, or whatever. So then, blue scales go around, what's it called? Deku, or Ryu. And, he has, he has 2 dragon wings, a foot that looks like a dragon's, and a hand that looks like a dragon's. Everyone's just stunned at this transformation that was taken. And that, I just want to say something. Look at that face, though. Aang's face just looks so weird. Anyway. When Deku literally flies up and appears in the middle of all the villains. And then he said, and then they say attack. Then Deku uses this move to pretty much hit out all the people. He calls it Dragon Flame Circle. And then pretty much he hits all those people, knocking them out with really one swift blow. When they say one swift, they mean one swift. So Deku's over here. Then he uses Dragon Flame Cannon on pretty much every single, he's abusing this move, multiple times. He's doing it, he's, really, and then when Deku realizes that he's the leader, that the guy shouting command is the leader, he kind of goes to the lightning bending to kind of paralyze him and put him out of commission. When Deku does this, so Deku charges it up and hits the hand guy with the decay quirk. He hits him, and pretty much he's out of commission, so he can't do orders. So they and there you go. Then Nomu gets up and attack. Deku uses this move to keep the Nomu back, though the Nomu literally just walks through the whole thing. So then Deku just did this move, followed by this move, followed by Dragon Cannon, and then when he does that, he's just over here spamming the moves like a boss. I feel like Zuko was breakdancing right there. Let me see that again. Yeah, Zuko's breakdancing. I'm joking. Anyway, so pretty much, Deku uses that move again. Deku's over here. Now he's just going back to spamming this Dragon Cannon. I'm just gonna keep replaying this because this is what Deku's doing. And then Deku realizes that then the smoke clears, and then he realizes that the dude is still there. Like, he literally just took all those barrage of attacks like it was nothing. And Deku's in Dragon Force right now. Well, he's not using his full power, because if he was using his full power, there would be no way that this Nomu would still be there. So Deku decides to do, well, I'm just gonna kind of show. First, Deku charges up he calls it Lightning Dragon Thunderbolt. So when he does that, he also follows up with this move. Oh, wait, wrong thing. This move. Sorry, one of the clips didn't go well. So then he does that one. He calls it Stationary Dragon's Dance. Then he uses the Flame Wall so that he can charge up another Thunderbolt. And he's over here, like, trying to strategize. He's over here strategizing, realizing that the Nomu can only take but so much damage. So he's over here doing what he knows what he's doing. Spamming moves like a boss. And when he realized that Nomu took a lot of damage, he says, "This is my time." So he does he says, Explosion Dragon, because you know how he uses lightning and fire together to create an explosion. He says, Explosion Flame, Explosion Dragon, Dual Dragon's Breath. Pretty much, blue flames followed by lightning together. And then when it hit the Nomu, it caused a huge explosion, which caused a whole, like a literal big hole where the Nomu's chest, like stomach, is supposed to be. And then the Nomu's kind of dead. When All Might arrives, he realizes that this one kid just did all that. And then when Deku deactivates Dragon Force, he kind of just collapses from the exhaustion. And pretty much Mr. Aizawa fills in All Might on everything this boy just did. This boy just took out all those villains by himself. And now then Deku's over here passed out. Froppy says, "Kato, Deku is very strong, Kato." And then Uraka says, "Yes, he's very strong. I don't know how this guy did it, but he did it." And then Bakugo says, "Shut up, round face. We all noticed that he did it. There's no need to give him props for something that we all know he did." Then Uraka says, "Fine." Kaminari comes back into the thing to see and sees what happened. He says, "Oh my God!" Like, just jaw dropped and everything, cause everyone's kind of surprised that Deku did this. And this right here is where I'm gonna leave it off. So, my wolves, be ready for the next What If meeting, cause it's gonna be, well, wherever the anime takes off from there. I'm trying to think about where it is. And I think the anime leaves off at, well, after this, the USJ arc. Then there's, I'm not really sure, but after USJ, actually, I'll just figure it out when I do. I'd probably be recording another part, cause why not? So, this is Lil What If Alpha Wolf out. Dun dun dun.